Hi everybody, this is Ryan. Today I am just going to take you through a quick look at the latest rocks that I pulled out of the tumbling process. For a quick rundown of the way that I have been doing my polishing, tumbling polishing recently is I go through the first two stages using the rotary tumblers, and then I finish them with for the pre-polish and polish in the tumblers ultra vibe. I think that's what you call it, vibrating tumbler. And so I'll start off with a couple of the larger rocks here, and then I can zoom in a little bit more on the smaller ones. This will be my second take. My first one with the using the SLR as the camera didn't turn out that well. The macro lens isn't a really a good one to use with autofocus. So hopefully it'll mean that this one goes a little bit more quick. So we'll take it through. Only a couple of them really didn't come out with much of a shine, and really those two didn't surprise me because both of them I think were their second time through. They came out a little bit better than the first time, especially using the vibrating tumbler for the couple second stages. I don't know what all these rocks are. I don't know if you might not be able to pick them up in the camera here, but the whites in it, there is glints. So I think it's mostly quartz with something kind of staining it. I like leaving a little bit of rough rock, or at least I don't mind it kind of to show what the rock looked like originally. Okay, so I'm going to start going through some of these a little more quickly. Now this is one of them that didn't take on as high of a gloss shine, and there was some parts of it here. The darker part I think is a little softer and bruised a little bit more easily, but it turned out better than what it did originally when I sent it through the first time in the just only using a tumbler or a rotary tumbler. And the other one that and I think it's partially due to the makeup of the rock. There's a lot of light blue and dark interspersed, so it kind of looks like bruising, but even though it isn't a complete shine, it isn't completely bruised. This kind of a pinkish colored rock. This material, I don't know for sure what it is. This one was kind of the second time through the tumbling process. The first time, there were just a few too many rough spots in it that I had left in. So even though I had done it in the vibrating tumbler for the second couple of stages, I sent this one through coarse and medium to try to smoothen it out at least a little bit more. So turned out very well. and I think this is kind of a granite or that kind of type of material. Just kind of see the, and I assume those kind of are a little bit of like epidote type of in there, and I don't know what the kind of the metallic gray material is, and a lot of that did not shine up, but it kind of makes a little bit of a contrast, and you can kind of see the it giving some pretty good glints in there. Another similar piece, except the pieces are a little bit smaller in there. If you know for sure kind of what some of these rocks are, go ahead and just leave a timestamp in the comments. I really like the way that the crazy lace here turned out, and once again I like kind of a little bit of a rough side or a natural side on the one. But was actually surprised after medium they were a little bit, I didn't think it was going to polish quite as well. I did find with the crazy lace, especially when the reds are along an edge, it wears off fairly quickly and kind of almost erodes. I'll go through some of the other. I did experiment with these, or in this batch, doing some preforms. So I cut some of them, and some of them I just cut and threw in the tumbler, and a few of them I just shaped a little bit on the cabbing machine just to clean them up a little bit. Here's an example of the of this, at least this particular red edge on there. It wears down quite a bit more and unevenly than the rest of it, but I kind of thought after medium that this one looked kind of cool to leave that way. Some of the others I pulled out, and I'm going to use the cabbing machine to clean up the edges and then put them back into medium. Kind of one last rectangular crazy lace. And on some of these, I took some thunder eggs, some smaller ones, since I have quite a few of them, and just threw them in on the coarse, figuring the outside rhyolite would wear away, just to see how they would turn out. And it seemed to turn out pretty well. Some of them I didn't go any further, and I could have probably wore more of that down there in the coarse grit, but I decided to keep them rather than letting them get too small. And this thunder egg I had actually had cut in half. At least I'm pretty sure that this originally was a thunder egg. It may not have been. And this one here, I think, was actually one of the better specimens that I had gotten with the Nat Geo kind of the agate and other gem set. I finally got around to tumbling some of them. I think this one here was from that same set as well. Grab this out of a slab. I don't know where this slab originally came from, or exactly which one or what this one is. A little bit thicker at the one end, but still turned out well. Another Nat Geo rock. This came, I think, from a slab that I took, or that I got. I think it was probably from either Theo, or it may have been from a rock that I got from Karen. I'm not 100% certain where this one came from. But this again was one of the preforms that I did. Looks like some kind of dendritic type of agate. And this one I had thrown in just to see what it would do in a tumbler, and it did not do very well. I believe this is some kind of bone. And I think I had gotten this particular piece from Theo. I think this one is going to be a kind of a candidate if I would try to use the rotary tool, just to see how that does versus the tumbling, especially with the kind of looks like a softer type of material for the white. This one I think was a rock that I had picked up when I originally went up to Lake Superior in the spring, so kind of over by the South Haven area. Not 100% certain what the gray material is. You can really, I should have wiped off my fingers so I didn't get fingerprints all over it, considering like I said, this was a second time through on some of them, or on the whole batch. And I had thrown in, since I was doing preforms, I threw in some broken off pieces from some geodes that I had gotten through a Facebook marketplace. The edges really weren't cleaning up anymore, so I just decided to throw them in the medium to see, or throw them into the pre-polished to see how well they would do. And another one of them. This cap here, it came with my cabbing machine, and it was already preformed and domed, so it was pretty much as it is here, except it hadn't gotten probably anything past either 240 or maybe 600. So I just decided to throw it in with the rest of these rocks here when I got to the medium grit stage, since it was already formed. It turned out too bad. I don't know what the material is for sure. It's kind of another cab out of that I think it was like a dendritic type opal. This came from some kind of agate. I don't know if it was just another piece of that same dendritic one that we just seen, or if it was from somewhere else completely different. I think this may have been another one of the thunder egg insides. I don't know what this material is. And the gray in there is more gray as opposed to a metallic type of look. So still shined up pretty well in the grit, or in the going through the process. I think this is another one of the Lake Michigan rocks. You can really tell the kind of metallic glints on this one. Left the dome on there a little bit rough. There's a couple little bugs that are still in there, because I would have really had to wear down quite a bit in order to get them out of there. So I just decided to see how it would turn out. This is this real similar to the first bigger one that I shown, just kind of a quartzy type of material that's been stained a little bit. Not certain where this came from or what it is. And I think this came from a slab that I got from Theo. Not 100% certain on that or then what it is. Kind of a cool looking rock with all of the different bands in it. Or layers, probably more than bands. Just kind of a bunch of the others. Some of these rocks probably have been through pre-polish and polish a couple times before I finally just decided to dig them out of the barrel, especially those. That I think was just kind of an ordinary white rock or white and black rock that I had found in the yard, probably originally just to have enough rocks to throw in a tumbler. It probably wasn't that small, or close to that small when it started. And kind of the same with Some of that was just kind of a small chip of crazy lace that I used as a small filler to try to help in the coarse and medium grains to get into the small nooks on some of the other larger rocks. And then finally I have these tumbles. These tumbles came off of an agate that I originally brought back at Christmas time when I brought my late dad's equipment back from home in Minnesota. I mainly had grabbed that so I could test out using the 10-inch saw or the two 10-inch saws, and then also the flat lap. It was pretty fractured, and so after I was done with the testing it with the flat lap, I had gotten tumblers, and so I decided to break up the small rocks, or the rock into the smaller pieces, and throw them in the tumbler with the idea of giving them to my family members to remember my dad with. One of these, probably this one, maybe this one, I may end up drilling the top on there, putting an eye hook on, and then using that one to dangle off of the bracelet that Melissa or Ma made for me. At least that's what I'm hoping the plan is on that. So that is all of those, and since I showed the bracelet, I had also asked Melissa to create a kind of a necklace that I'll take another one of my pieces that I got from Dad's Rock and hang it off the end. So I'll drill it and put an eye hook in it, and hang it off the end of the necklace. These are some small little agates. But thanks for watching here. Please like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you.